Hello, beautiful family. I have an update for you from the council, from the federation, as far as what is currently going on with the Divine Plan, where we are with the Divine Plan, and the things that you will be experiencing or that you have been experiencing. So I'm gonna go probably quite fast through it because there's quite so many things that I want to share with you. So we're gonna go back to June when they activated the hourglass stage basically, or the hourglass gateway. It's a specific gateway, as far as your levels in your earth school, in the mystery school, that they're pushing the collective to go through. Now, the June, especially, of course, July as well, was very big on clearing all the residual energy, or like whatever you haven't cleared yet. It's, all pushing out, because in order for you to push through this our gateway, it's a big push through, and you have to be, a certain level to basically go through it. So that's why June, especially, they started moving, let's say, the collective up to be on a level up to be able now to like squeeze them through the gateway. And those things, those kind of clearings are still going on because, as said, it is quite a level to say, um, as far as your surrender, as far as your integration, consciousness expansion, things like that, for beings to push through this gateway. And with this, what they did, that was the beginning of July. There was a certain council meeting where they basically, because they each, every here and there, they will do certain, um, like they see through where, the collective is, where the light workers are, and where certain groups are as far as their evolution and the path that they have to make. So this one specifically was about the light workers and basically their purity of heart. So the way you can imagine it, they basically lined everyone up and they were just like going through, you either pass or you don't pass. And, I have to share with you that many light beings who think that they are on a very high level did not pass through, because it's a very specific purity of, or like an integration of purity. And I cannot like share with you exactly what it is or how they did it. I can simply, tap into your energy to see if you made it or if you didn't, because it's very different for each being, as far as your contract, as far as, things that you have been healing, the energies that you have been moving, things like that. So it might appear, that like someone is on a higher level with something that someone else, and they still didn't go through, but let's say the other person did. Okay. I would simply say the simplicity of love and the simplicity of the purity of love is what you have to, hold on to. And again, another call out for the light workers, or like also guidance, because this is something that will be affecting your lives in the future. You know that all the tribes are meant to come together, and specific tribes or specific soul groups, but then the group as, everyone in general as one family. And many groups hold different belief systems, and this is why you can see in the spiritual community, someone is saying something about, this one specific topic, and then another being is something sharing, other truths about that. It is not truths, it is simple belief systems that people are holding onto, and based on those belief systems, they are perceiving their reality and their experiences. And the way you can very simply see that, how it works in experience, is, let's say, when you meet a being that has a different belief system that you do. Okay, when you are sharing, let's say, your perspective, and they're sharing their perspective, you don't find the middle ground. And what has been happening big time in the spiritual community is when, people like that crash, instead of working this energy out and, coming together in it, you block people out. Okay. And I understand this has also been going on because of the, suck energies, because people are taking energy, because maybe they have some kind of attachment, or maybe the way they ask is not fully divine, maybe the way they express is related to, again, attachments, control energies, whatever it is. So yeah, you really have to work on that. And if you are taking personal what I'm sharing, it simply means that you have it. So if you're just blocking out people because they are not, let's say, seeing or perceiving or believing the same truths that you perceive, okay, uh, you are blocking the evolution of yourself, of the being, of the divine plan, because you're blocking the path of coming together. Okay, so as far as that, it's also related to something that the council has been doing with the dark beings, or like the ones that still hold a certain power. Is basically they got to a certain compromise, and I will kind of share the same, kind of do kind of the same thing, compromise a little bit, open up to really listen to what the other being has to share, and try to feel it and understand it, no matter how hard or like how strong your belief or perception of it is, because everyone has to come together. And what has been going on in the spiritual community is like you have those different groups of people that come together that share the same beliefs. And just to put it straight out to you, fucking stop licking each other's ass, because energetically, as far as the groups, this is what you are doing. You are closing the energy down to this your specific group of, either they're friends, or like people that that are on the path, that are like, you say that they're on the same vibe as you are. Okay, yes, that they are, but also you are in the same belief systems. So that's why the groups keep clashing, and there's no real resolution through it, because, well, you just don't fucking want to let it go, um as far as the information that you are receiving from whoever up there, a very important guidance that Mother of All Creation has always shared is receive it and let it go. Never be attached to anything, because angels sometimes will have to tell certain things, maybe to you specifically, in order to push you forward. This does not necessarily mean that they are sharing the whole truth with you, okay? It might be that they're sharing with you a specific part of it. And since you are looking only through that, because that's where your perception and your consciousness is at the moment, you cannot see other parts yet. Okay, so you have like someone here and someone there, and they both believe like they have full truth. You have to open it up, because remember, we are a family. So if you are blocking out a family member, okay, just because they have a different belief that you do, you're basically doing the same thing that all the religions and all those cultures are doing in third dimension. Of course, you're doing it with a bit with a different consciousness, a bit different knowledge, but the energy of it is basically still the same. Okay, so yeah, be open with people, be vulnerable with people, because that's our natural state. So yeah, if you're unable to, simply have like a normal conversation with someone just because they see something in a different way than you do, you have to work on yourself. And how this is gonna show in the future, guys, we hard that we are bringing home the whole humanity. And if you look at where humanity is, and like, they will need quite a lot of help to, understand certain things. So if you don't have that mastered now, when you are dealing with like completely unawake people that will need to wake up when the time comes, you're gonna have a little bit of trouble for yourself. um, so yeah, definitely work on that. Simply said, don't be triggered and don't close down, okay? Because those are all signs of, well, you close down, you energetically close down. And this is also happening because you feel attacked, okay? And the thing with this is, even though you feel attacked, or even though someone might be attacking you, if you don't know how to deal with that in like a matter of minutes, you have work to do on yourself, on your own strength, on your own energies, because everything is a lesson and a blessing. So don't be blocking blessings out just because you don't want to accept that you're wrong, maybe in some sense. Okay. And yeah, I've been feeling that quite a lot. And this also goes in a big way for, let's say, the ones of you that are the leaders, or of ascension per se. All of you will have to come together sooner or later. So if you don't fucking know how to go along, start working on it, okay? And as said, I don't mean just like your specific group of people and friends that you connect with. I mean that with everyone, because everyone is your family, okay? Okay, so that's as far as that. And then as far as the energies and some things that they have activated in the energy, they have upgraded, the Galactic's mother and father of all creation, the console, everyone else who's working on it. They have upgraded the crystalline and the diamond energy. So we posted, I feel it was at the end of June, mom and dad shared that, they have surpassed the crystalline form. And after that, in July, there were like many channelings coming through, talking about the diamond codes or the crystal diamond codes, something like that. And of course, this has been shared before by some channelers, because there's waves and levels of those upgrades that they do. So with the upgrade that they did now, what you should definitely notice as far as your energy is that when you are pushing energy, it should be a lot faster, a lot more effective, a lot stronger, and a lot less open to attacks. Okay, so if you integrate well those codes in your system, if you are there, you will see like your energy field in general is a lot stronger. You're transmuting things a lot faster, and also it's kind of like many attacks that come through will simply bounce back. Okay, now of course this is going to be a bit different depending on what construct you have as far as clearing certain energies out, or related to the things that you have to learn yet as far as your mystery school. So it varies a little bit, but overall you should all feel some kind of difference in that. So definitely work on your crystal code. You can call in the crystal rose code, something in this sense. Okay, of course, with all the upgrades is that you only receive what you are capable of receiving. Okay, because well, you are on a consciousness evolution, which is also a mystery school, an earth school. So the upgrades that you receive are going to be related to the level that, where you are at. Before you pass the lessons of that particular level, more things cannot open up. So basically, if you imagine like a scale and you're open, let's say till here, yeah, that's the part where you will receive the upgrades. Okay, as you level up, as you go through your test, and as you see yourself maybe going through new doors in the etherical, maybe going through gateways or portals, something in this sense, as you open up more, integrate more of who you truly are, and let go of all the shit that you have to go let go of for one particular level or like class. Okay, then the how much you can receive, of course, will change. So that's why those kind of upgrades, they'll just keep going and going and going. Okay, you get your wings, you get your golden wings, you get your warrior wings. Your wings will constantly upgrade and change as you are upgrading. That's just like one little example of all the things that will be changing. So that's why I always say, if you activated whatever you did, don't think that that's it. Don't think that like now that your wings are out and now that your wings spread I don't know how many feet, that's it. It's not. Okay, so simply keep working through it, or yeah, keep raising up. Okay, as far as the heart telepathy, you should also see a difference in that. If you go back basically the whole year, starting in January, they started working very hardcore on the brain and the heart connection for the whole collective. Okay, there was a lot of brain healing that they needed to do, different things that they were working with. And now many things, or let's say enough things, have cleared for the telepathy, or like this feeling to it has a really nice flow to it. Okay, so even though that you still might have some blocks, overall how you are hearing or feeling your higher self, or the messages that you get from your angels, or how you are maybe hearing or feeling another being telepathically, it's gonna open up a lot, and it's gonna keep opening up, because our natural state, you don't need to talk basically. Okay, it can all be done through the heart. So this is where we're going, and with this I always say keep practicing. Okay, you have to be disciplined with things like that, because it's a school. You're not gonna raise up if you don't do anything for it. So just keep practicing it, with people, keep feeling other beings. It's enough if you just like for a moment think about someone and like try to feel how they are feeling, let's say in a moment when they're away, or simple things like that. It's gonna open up a lot. And maybe just like be careful for the moments when you are as far as those belief systems. What happens is that when then people connect, or let's say telepathically connect with a being that's of another bubble, many times you will kind of get your mirror back from the bubble, or you will, let's say, see the beings dark aspects, or the energies that they are transforming, things like that. Always go to the center of the being's heart. Okay, this is how you break through those bubbles and those imaginary walls, and heart. Everyone is a divine being. So whatever darkness someone still hasn't healed per se, in many moments you will have to see past that in order to be able to then work together, because the state that we are in now is also basically the beginning of the building stage. And this is why many of you light workers are relocating. What this also means is that you will start to work with more beings, okay, with more soul family on earth. So, if you still have those walls, usually related to attachments, to arrogance, to superiority, it might be very little. It might be that, like, in your energy, you have a very little part of that to let go of. But still, this little part, the imbalance, this little imbalance, it's causing a great imbalance somewhere else. This little imbalance is causing huge energy blocks in other aspects. Okay, so simply, whenever someone calls you out on whatever it is, never deny it, because as soon as you deny it, that means that, well, you're denying it. You have it, okay? Whatever call out it is, you're just like, okay, I will look it in me. And then you really honestly look it within you, because I fucking promise you, there is at least one cell in your body that is still with arrogance energy. I have it. I have, like, why is that so hard for you to accept? I don't get it. It's stupid. Okay, but anyhow, that is the level of how open, how vulnerable you have to be, how pure, maybe, in a sense, like purity in this sense, okay, that you are whatever it is. I accept it. Mom has always shared also, whatever energies come up, always accept full responsibility for it, whether it be your fault or not, because that's the only way how you are able to heal those energies. If you are denying it, well, you cannot fucking move forward because it's a wall. And as said, we are healing collective energies. We are healing timelines and realms, and it's not personal. If some kind of energy comes into your field, guys, it's fucking not personal. Stop taking it personal. Simply say, okay, it's in my field for whatever fucking reason, and work through it. Okay, that's the mastery for that. So yeah, as far as the building stage, one part of that is going to be the reposition or relocation of light workers. So many of you will be moving, and this goes, it's going to be roughly going on, at least this stage that we are on, till February, March of the next year. We'll see how fast things go, because things in divine plan can shift as far as that. That's the current timeline. So relocation is going to be one. Meeting or working with new beings is going to be another one. Opening up new projects, maybe like starting, it's going to be different for everyone. It might be starting a business for one. It might be getting a new job for another one. It might be, moving to another place for another being. But basically, the way you can see it, we are like building the first blocks for this building stage, which is gonna lead us to physical manifestation of certain things that we have been waiting for. Okay, because as you know, we are our own saviors, and as far as galactic help and all of that, all good, but don't depend that like they will do the job for you. We are the boots on the ground, so many of those things we have to physically set up. And of course, things like this have been happening already, because there's always, I'll simply call it this way, like certain beings have to do it first in order for the collective to follow. Okay, so that's kind of what's been going on. And now, as far as the collective, we are moving into this building stage, and you will start to see some really fast changes really soon. Okay, As far as the oh yeah, and related with that are also the abundance codes, okay? Uh, as always, they'll come in different ways, and abundance codes, or everything like that happens in stages, okay? Um, so yeah, but mom and dad have been pushing, certain energies. If you watch through mom and dad's videos on Joy Reigns, I highly recommend that, because they have put new codes in them, and they're gonna upgrade you in a big way for the upcoming part of the plan. And I mean, the codes are truly so big that I can like instantly tell if you have seen one video today or you haven't. It's like that. So I do recommend it, even if you don't see mom and dad, recognize them, even if you're getting like frustrated or bored or things like that when you're watching those videos, and also to call you out at the same time. If you're feeling those energies watching it, that's your own mirror, that's your energies that are coming out, okay? But yeah, you know how the human psyche works, because you're starting to think about it, you're perceiving something, and then you think it's from someone else. Well, specifically, especially with the case of mom and dad are your purest mirror. This is why it's so important also for them to be on earth with us, because just as we as family are mirrors for each other, and we are contracted, or we activate different things in us, and everyone has certain blind spots that you will not be able to see till, let's say, you crash with another light being, okay? But mom and dad are your purest mirror, and in order for us to see through all of our illusions, that's why they have to be on earth, so that you have this purest mirror on earth. Because you can work with mother, father, god in the etherical all you want, it's not the same. Just as it's not the same, let's say you work with my higher self up there, when you meet me in person and you work with me as like a brother and sisters, whatever kind of thing it is, it's different. Okay. So yeah, mom and dad are on earth. If you haven't heard it yet, here you go. As far as this building stage, also you will see many beings waking up, and also many beings leaving. When there is always a big way of people leaving Earth, meaning passing over, dying, whatever. There's no that, so okay, you go to the other side. They always show me before it happens, and it's always related to, of course, the plan, because when either the being's contract runs out, or they simply see that they will not be able to keep up with this next level, so their soul decides to leave, to help from the other side. So yeah, many elderly people will be leaving, but also you might be surprised that some light workers are gonna leave as well. um, so that's as that. And then as far as people waking up, um, if you feel through the collective, I know there's still many things to work through, but let's say if you look, like if you compare it to, let's say, 1 year back, or 3 years or 10 years back, you can see how much progress we have made. And now many of you will start seeing the people that you have so desperately been waiting to wake up. You will start seeing them waking up. This mostly goes for like your relatives, your family members, or your friends. Like, if they have been like really closed down to any information about, anything that is not 3D earthly matrix. They're probably like very controversial maybe about it. You will start to see them opening up. Okay, I will say be patient with them. Don't push them too hard. Allow them to, give like little clues and allow them to open up on their own. Of course, as always, every situation is a little bit different. um, but this is because their awakening is gonna be a little bit different than how our awakening was. Okay, because like maybe you can see it in that way. We were really called, like we really needed to wake the fuck up. So our awakening many times was like very deep. Okay, either you had some very deep experiences that woke you up, or like you went really deep into the rabbit hole, something like that. Even like the answers that you're seeking about yourself and the universe are deep. Okay, now those people that are waking up, they will usually not go as deep. Okay, because they have a different path to complete. um so yeah, simply be patient with them, help them in the ways that you can. It might be less one moment, it might be more some other moment. Be patient with them, and they'll get it. Things will start coming up, so go with it simply. Okay, yeah, and also related to that is, of course, or are, of course, the children. Okay, many of you who have children, you can probably see how ready they are. Yeah, and they are more and more ready each time. So yeah, there was certain upgrades with children as well. If your children are going through difficult things, with or like difficult moments with those energies, they're probably taking up on a lot of energy. Okay, so you can write us if you need some tips, as far as what to do. Overall guidance is work on yourself, work on your own capacity of how much energy you're able to move, okay, so that they don't take as much on. And of course, working on yourself, um, looking into the shit that you have to let go of, because otherwise they take it on for you. Okay, but apart from that, you can really feel the children getting ready, because guys, we are here for the children. Okay, really think about that, feel into that several times. Those children, they will make some very, very big changes. We are preparing, let's say, the ground for that. Okay, um, so it's very, very important. Wanted to say something else and I missed it. Okay, we'll see if it comes back. Yeah. Something that the Galactics wanted, as far as the whole collective, let go of stress, okay? Don't be worried. That was like an overall guidance, because this energy is blocking all the upgrades that you are receiving.